Greetings. Welcome to Growth Hacking Show, where we have the founders, CEOs, and serial entrepreneurs of the companies, and they come and share their what mistakes not to do so that you can grow your business, and plus they share their best kept success secrets for themselves. This is the first time they are kind of sharing it with you so that way you can grow your business. So in case you don't know me, my name is Mohammed Siddique. I am the host of Growth Hacking Show and the co-author of New Success Secrets, available on Amazon. Today we have a very special guest because to grow your business, one of the key things which you cannot ignore, even you want to ignore, is social media. However, social media, there are so many experts, so many platforms to use, or use this. This will kind of blow your business to the nth level. Reality is, you have a happy customers, you have your employees, you need to convert them into your advocate for your brand. That's how you really actually grow your business through very deep. And my today's guests, they have the platform and they're helping many companies, and they have a huge team to grow their happy customers and their employees into a big brands and to convert them into an advocate. And he is a passionate entrepreneur himself, founder and CEO and digital entrepreneur. And please join me to give a warm welcome to Gaurav Mendiratta from Philadelphia. Very cold, windy place this time at the time of this interview. So, Gaurav, welcome.
Thank you, Siddique.
Yeah. Gaurav, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to start your own platform, SocioSquares?
Sure. Thank you for that question. My journey has been unique. The current platform and our current offering actually came out of a pivot. I originally started my business out of Philly back in 2009, but that business was building a Bollywood entertainment portal for Indians globally. So sort of a Hulu for Indians. And this was early when broadband was not really broadband in India, and 256 kbps was considered as broadband in India. But we did well for a couple of years. Our Bollywood brand was called New TV, and we licensed a lot of content, over 6,000 movies, 18,000 TV show titles, and we had decent traffic coming to the site, but it wasn't big enough because of the broadband limitations. We did really well in marketing our brand on social media. So our content partners who we were licensing the movies and TV shows from, they paid attention to that. And in 2011, we pivoted to our current business, which is SocioSquares, when these clients started asking us to help out to build their social media presence in a stronger way. So SocioSquares is now a 7-year-old brand, and we work with several Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 companies in India and the US.
That is amazing. So you still, looks like your earlier first journey was like a way ahead of the time, because internet was kind of catching up and you were ahead of them. So it looks like even on this one platform, you are really, 7 years in this, like helping brands to use this social media to create them as advocate. That's also a little bit ahead, but right now is a peak time because there is so much going on in this platform.
True that. Actually, the time for employee advocacy, as we call our category, which is essentially creating brand ambassadors with your employees, with your customers, with your partners. This is the time when employee advocacy is picking up a lot of steam and a lot of attention is coming to the space. It's like, if you think about it, back in 2010, 2011, Facebook pages were very new for the brands. Having a Twitter presence was very new for brands. But now every brand who wants a digital presence has to have a Facebook presence, has to have a Twitter presence. And that's a check in the box. So same cycle is going through for employee advocacy as well. When 2012 to 2015 were really early days, or 2016 were really early days for brands to have an employee advocacy program or a customer advocacy program. But today, if you look at the top Fortune 500, more than 60% of them are embracing employee advocacy. they're creating brand ambassador programs either with their employees or with their customers or with both of them. If we look at a lot of the big companies here, like Bank of America and even a lot of big insurance companies, they empower their employees as brand ambassadors. Bank of America has a great customer advocacy program where they take a lot of inputs from their customers to improve their product offering, improve their branch offerings, improve their marketing communication. And that's what advocacy is all about, involving your customers in your marketing communication, involving your employees to be your brand ambassadors and taking the word forward.
Wonderful. Gaurav, based on your, you are a serial entrepreneur. You have done this is your almost second one as based on what you shared.
Mm.
So, and you have attracted so many investors. I was just showing your website. You listed all your investors over there, and you have a great team. So, I'm going to ask you a very grilling question. What are the top 3 missteps to avoid to grow your business? Because you probably have gone through so many of them. And please be generous and give the top 3 ones.
Sure. Yeah, I've been lucky to have some very good investors. I have a couple of Wharton professors as investors and several angel investors. And I'm blessed to have a team like I have. But yeah, a lot of mistakes made over the last 8 to 9 years in my journey. If I look at the top 3, one I made a lot of times in the early days, and still I would say it still happens, is saying yes when I want to say no. And in an effort to make sure that we deliver on the client's expectations, or do more than what is required, we often take up tasks which are not required, which slow us down in other avenues, which we do not probably realize when we say yes to that. So this is one misstep I would strongly advise new entrepreneurs and business leaders to pay attention to. Say no whenever you have any doubts. Don't say yes. Don't give in easily. Number 2, I would say, is don't go after creating a market. Like when I was working on New TV, the Bollywood portal, it was a new market in India. There were hardly any Bollywood entertainment portals which were doing video online. In the US, yes, there was Hulu, which was picking steam. Netflix wasn't even doing online video in a big way. It was still DVDs that time. So it was in a way creating a market. And creating a market always takes a lot more time, lot more energy, lot more resources, and lot more monies. So rather focus on solving a problem than creating a new market. So solve a problem in the existing market. And we've built a couple of other products along the way where we were way ahead of time, and we were trying to create a market, and those products didn't take off. So that's the second misstep I would suggest business leaders to avoid. The third one is the most important of the 3, I think. It's maintaining self-respect. I'm not saying that carry an attitude or come across as someone who's not open to ideas and suggestions. But as entrepreneurs, especially in the early days when we are struggling and when we are trying to get the product market fit, when we are always out of cash and scrambling for payment recoveries from clients, we often get in a situation where we are ready to accept whatever terms which come from the client on the other side. And our self-respect is nowhere to be seen that time. So this is one thing I would strongly suggest to business leaders, that don't give in. Don't bend over back. I'm not saying that carry an attitude, but definitely maintain your self-respect. So those would be my 3.
Oh, very well said. That's like a wisdom, real wisdom, to maintain a self-respect, because that will keep you going. Otherwise, once you lose it, it's very hard to come back to that one. Wonderful. So now these are the missteps to avoid. So let's switch the side now. So what are your top 3 success secrets? Teach on this, give it away, because we are talking about success secrets.
Sure, absolutely. I wouldn't call them as secrets per se, but if I were to look at few things which have worked in my favor and helped me see success, the first one and the most important one would be, I think, working hard and smart at the same time. There are tons of books out there which will, or blogs out there which will tell you that work smart and you don't need to work hard and you'll get to your 4-hour work days. But I don't think there are any shortcuts. You need to work hard. As an entrepreneur, as a business leader, there is no way around spending long hours. But you need to be smart at the same time. Things will take its due course. You can't rush everything. So you need to be at it. So that's number one. Second, I think as entrepreneurs, our journey is such that the world does put us down. Things, situations, be it product delays, be it client misunderstandings or client delays, things will pull us down. The key is to bounce back. The faster you bounce back and the longer you persevere, the farther you go. So that's one of the things which I've spent a lot of time on, is making sure that my morale is high, my attitude is positive. And as long as these two things are positive, the pace at which I'm personally productive gets impacted in a huge way. And my productivity helps my team also stay motivated, and we are able to move faster. So that's number two. So bouncing back. The third one, I would say, is get the right team on board and then let them run the show. As entrepreneurs, when you start from scratch, when you have nobody essentially, and you are doing it all by yourself, sometimes it's hard to let go. The art of delegation is easier said than done, right? And it's a hard nut to crack. But without that, you're limited to your own bandwidth, right? So I would say that don't become a roadblock to your own growth. Delegate right, and that will help you win. So these would be the 3 secrets I would like to share.
Wonderful, wonderful. So work hard, and while working hard, be working smart at the same time as well. Alone work hard will not get you anywhere. Alone work smart will not get you anywhere. That's the kind of secret almost. And this, whenever you're gonna feel down, bounce back quickly as soon as you can, because you are leading your business, so you cannot be in a down moment for a long time.
Right.
And that's it. That's really the key. Bounce back. I would say if I have to pick one thing from all 3, it will be like a bounce back very quickly, because we all are going to fall down. The way we kind of come back to this one, bounce back. That's the key. And delegate, because it's very hard to lose control. Our reality is you cannot do everything yourself, and plus there's only 24 hours in a day.
Right. Yeah.
And so as we're talking about the delegation and the bouncing back, that leads to I came up with a question. The running a business is a roller coaster. You probably already mentioned that because sometimes you are up and sometimes you are down.
Mm-hmm.
And what keeps you going when you feel in a down moment in your business?
It's never one thing which brings me back. It's always something new or something else which I've tried. But one thing which I try to do is always look at new ideas on how to solve the customer problems we see. And when I come across a new problem which we can solve with our offerings, or create a new module within our product, or build a new digital marketing related product altogether, that really gets me excited and that really gets me going. So that's a huge way to bounce back for me. Another thing which I regularly do is I read biographies and autobiographies of successful entrepreneurs and business leaders. So knowing that others have gone through this and you're not alone and you will get through this, I think that also helps. So I would say these two really keep me going.
Great, great. How are you growing SocioSquares, your platform right now in this economy?
Sure. So currently we are present in two markets, in India and in the US. In India, because we have been there for last 7+ years, organic growth is great. We have built some credibility, some equity in the market. So the good work the team has done over the last several years is helping us get a lot of referrals. People remember SocioSquares when they need any digital marketing products or services. So that's a good thing for that market. In the US market, we are fairly new, almost a year into it now. And we are doing a lot of outbound and inbound marketing, relying on all digital platforms. So doing a lot of content marketing, social media, essentially building equity one contact at a time.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And every expert in any new market is always a beginner in the start. So that's where you're actually landing on right now. So how the growth hacking show community, people who are watching this right now, how they can support you?
I think you've done a great job in building this show and this platform. And the more entrepreneurs share their stories, the more learnings come out, the more we learn and the faster we grow. So I think more entrepreneurs should embrace your show and share their stories and help each other learn faster and grow with each other.
Thank you. As we are about to wrap up, what would you say as a final word?
I would say that any entrepreneur, never give up. You will fall, you will rise, pivot, but do not give up. And find a way and you will win. That would be
never give up. Never give up. That's today's word then. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Show community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia, wishing you good luck, good sales, and I do hope our path cross again with another amazing guest. Until then, all best wishes.
Thank you, Siddique. Thank you, everyone.